Welcome to Showcase Richmond. I'm Amy Carter. Imagine if we could take the fear element out of situations. Unfortunately, when it comes to planning for retirement, people do have plenty of fears. Back with us again are Ralph and Tim Short. The father-son team are with Welcome Home Financial Partners, a Richmond area firm. The duo are financial professionals that focus on preparing people for a successful retirement. So welcome back to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here. You know, more times than not, the top-ranking fear for retirees is running out of money. Why is that such a fear?
Because it happens. And a lot of times they see it on TV, they listen to their friends, their parents are coming to them sometimes. So it does happen. We're part of the sandwich generation these days. So all of a sudden, all the plans you have for your retirement might be affected by something like your parents might need some help, maybe your adult kids might need some help, or maybe even your grandchildren. So all of a sudden, things happen.
Those unforeseen circumstances really do make a difference. Another fear for people is not being able to maintain their lifestyle. What steps should people be making now so that that's not a fear?
To start planning sooner rather than later. So the better plan that you are, the better plan that you have, the better off you're going to be. Nobody wants to change their lifestyle in retirement. Because that means that you probably can't afford to pay your bills and those types of things. So it's better to start sooner rather than later and make sure you're flexible.
Why is it so important that people have a dependable income for retirement?
Because number one, you have to understand that your last paycheck that you're going to receive is at your retirement. So now you have to figure out how you pay your bills unless you're very lucky and you don't have any bills anymore. So now what we have to do is figure out how are you going to pay for it. You might be lucky enough to have a pension, you got Social Security, and all of a sudden now you might be short. So now what we have to do is figure that out. And that's kind of what we do.
And that's something you really need to consider. Now paint a picture for our viewers. What can happen in retirement if you don't have income?
Well, number one, it's not a pretty picture. So if you don't have the income in retirement, a lot of people focus on how big their retirement account is and not how to actually produce income from that. So if you can't produce that income, your lifestyle is going to change. Everything that you were planning on doing more than likely is now going to be gone because you weren't properly planned.
We should mention an additional fear is the cost of healthcare. We've all seen the reports that healthcare alone could potentially cost a lot of people more than they even have saved.
That is correct. A lot of people aren't retiring until age 65 to start their Medicare because nobody can afford to pay $2,000 a month per couple, which is pretty much the going rate right now. So they didn't factor that in back when the insurance premiums were low when they were at work.
Wow. And then another fear, of course, is the market. It's been very volatile. What's your advice for people nearing retirement when it comes to protecting what they do have?
So we had a client come in back in September. He knew he was retiring January 1, okay? So he had his pot of money and he looked at us and asked for suggestions, and we said, you're 3 months away, you might as well go ahead and move that into something safe. With the plan that we've got for you, everything's going to be okay. So go ahead and make sure that that is stable, that's going to be secure, okay? So once he came in January, the market had dropped in between that time. So he's had saved about $200,000.
That is amazing. And then lastly, what's your biggest piece of advice for people at home that have fears about being just ready for retirement?
Face your fears. Understand your income, understand your expenses. Come in and talk to people like us that can show you and picture your retirement like you want it on your terms.
Wow, great advice. Well, Ralph and Tim, we thank you again. And for you all at home, if you're always looking for ways to potentially reduce any fears about retirement, Welcome Home Financial Partners has a great offer for you. For the first 5 callers with a portfolio of $250,000 or greater, they're offering a complimentary full-blown income plan just for you. Ralph and Tim will sit down with you personally and provide you with a roadmap to see where you are right now and discuss your best steps to really get ready for a successful retirement. Call the number 804-897-4844.